Hey there, I am Marley Alvarez. I am an abstract artist and we are here in my studio. I have just rearranged the whole studio. Um, it's definitely a day of spring cleaning, so bear with me. I feel like I've been rushing around, but I am so keen to finally chat and catch up and tell you a little bit about who I am before we get into the episodes where I have a catch up and discuss with other artists what their process is and where they find inspiration and all things in between. Okay, so firstly, I think we should probably start with who I am, my age, and where I'm from. So, formerly known as Debbie Alvarez, I have gone by the name Marley Alvarez as an artist name for about 10 years now. When I first moved to Byron Bay in Australia, being from Sydney, I had always been told leading up to that moment that if I wanted a middle name, because I wasn't given one at birth, I could always come up with one and kind of set the tone as that being my middle name. And so in my mind, I never actually had to make that official through documentation. It was always kind of like, if I come up with a middle name, that is my middle name. So then I came across Marley, and I had probably already come across the name Marley prior to this sort of initial stage where I was like, done. My name is Marley Alvarez, and I think initially that was to differentiate the personal side of things to the art side of things. It did get a little bit messy when social media came into play and I was constantly meeting new people. This was at the beginning of my stay in Byron, and whenever someone asked for my social media handle, I always would say Debbie Alvarez or something that had, the connotation to or referring back to Debbie. And then every time I met someone, I felt as though I had to explain my name is Debbie, but I like to go by Marley, and this is why, and literally give them my whole life story if I really wanted to be authentic to who I am and why I came to, come in being known as Marley Alvarez, and then the whole art thing and everything. So I then just changed my socials to Marley Alvarez, and from then on it's just felt a little bit funny to introduce myself as Debbie when trying to get my artistic side out and my work, and then having to give them the spiel about why I go by Marley Alvarez, but vice versa, or why my name is Debbie, but please call me Marley for these reasons. So that is the name, and I hope that clarifies anything or any questions you might have as opposed to why my name is Debbie and I go by Marley. It's just the two art and personal personas. And currently I still go by Marley in my personal life, but I'm very open to changing that in the future. I'm 29, my birthday's in March. I was born in 1997 and I grew up in Sydney. I have been living currently in Lennox for the last 6 months. Lennox Head in Australia, as in the Northern Rivers, the region, is where I've resided for the last 10 years. I have travelled overseas. I've gone to Indonesia, I've gone to China for a residency, I've gone to New Zealand, and that's pretty much it for now that I can remember. I always seem to forget some, but yeah, so I've kind of been around in the region. It's a bit of a housing issue where you do have to move around, leases run out, share houses, If you're in a relationship, you might live with them or whatever. So that's kind of been my scenario. I've lived in Lennox, Brunswick Heads, Curabell, Majorca, Marimba, Lillipilly, Suffolk, in Byron, so everywhere, and really happy to be in Lennox Head currently. So I finally have a studio that is a very decent size. I've always had fairly big rooms, whether it's like kind of ensuite vibes or just big houses in general usually, and if not, there's usually a big outdoor area because I mean in the Northern Rivers there's a lot of hills and stuff, so the land is quite, you know, ever flowing, let's just say. But I've currently turned the garage into my art studio and it's been amazing. I love that I've got like windows and like I can have the whole roller door open. Lots of fresh air, the sun shines through, and I am someone who loves to like rearrange, and I think that kind of like moves the energy around and going through things and getting rid of things I don't use or that are kind of like hanging around but are actually rubbish. So that's been my morning. It's nice to also go through old works and see what is needing maybe like a refresh or like a change of color, and what has kind of been hidden but is like a reminder that I really love that work. And like this morning I was kind of thinking I really need to message cafes and be like, this is my catalog, and maybe, I know this can be quite confusing for an artist if you're trying to get known for your style, but over the years I have created quite a few different styles in my work, and I don't want to get rid of works just because that's not the style I currently make and have been moving towards. I find all three of these works still like super different, but I find my colours to be the thing that kind of intertwines all my works together. So kind of like giving the cafe maybe like a few variations of the works that I have in my studio and be like, what are you interested in? What is like making you excited and what would you love to see in your space? So I think this year is really about collaborating. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, just putting myself out there. I have been doing an art club for the last 11 months, which is super fun. It's where I write a letter every month. I choose out an artwork or a collage of something I've put together, and I get a sticker made which goes usually with the artwork I'm sending out, and I send that out as a package to art lovers and collectors who have signed up. And I love choosing all the fun little stamps. I always ask to see the artworks that are on the stamps. If not, you get the classic opal for Australia. But I have been loving the whole process and having the art club stamp that I put on letters and envelopes. So that's been really fun. I am loving the process. I feel like snail mail clubs and subscription sort of platforms were really taking off for a while there. I do feel like that's kind of chilled out a little bit, and I do feel like people have kind of pulled back a little bit from that payment, that subscription, just because times are quite hard right now. We all know that, but it's been super fun and I'm super keen and eager to keep it going. It really fills my creative passion juices and like keeps everything flowing, and I have had really beautiful feedback from it. I love putting the stickers on my bottles, and I love seeing friends and people with the stickers wherever they have decided to put it on their phone cases, and yeah, it's been a super fun year, and I'm really glad I jumped on board when I did. I thought of the idea. I signed up to an artist, well, actually a poet's poetry club, and I was like, damn, I gotta do this with my art. So super glad I just made the jump. I bought a printer, which I had been wanting for a while because I love to scan my paperworks, my collages. I think the crispiness of the scan is amazing. And so yeah, I'm glad it also pushed me to get a printer and a scanner. And I don't regret it at all. So if you have been thinking about it, and you're wanting to create like a slow knit community in your field, I would highly recommend, but just make sure you're aware of all the costs and all the time it takes to put it together. And sometimes it's fun to make things yourself in order to save, or also for me, I just love to be the person making it. So I'd rather maybe get the stickers made somewhere else, but I do love making the postcards at home and kind of feeling like I've touched everything that's gone into the envelope and made it somewhat personally. So something else, I have been getting a bunch of small works framed lately by a friend, Blue Boy in Mullumbimby. He has beautiful framing techniques and woods, and I don't know what he's doing, but it's magic. And I've been putting these works up at a local bottle shop. It's called Smokey's Bottle Shop. It's also a wine bar. It is pumping and hiving at the moment. It is hard to get a spot. So yeah, I've got works inside and outside. They have some see-through windows. Make sure to check my video if you are interested in seeing what it is visually that I'm speaking of. But yeah, it's been amazing. I've sold 3 works, and I sold those in the first few weeks of the works being up, and so that was really motivating and made me super excited and lifted my spirits a little bit, because I do feel like although art club is a constant moneymaker in my creative practice, I feel like selling paintings has been a little bit slower. It always does go in ebbs and flows. Sometimes you sell a bunch, and other times you have like a period of not selling, but it's really nice to not be discouraged. And yeah, I'm loving the feedback of everyone seeing the works at Smokey's, and also in the cafe in the morning. It's kind of like the same spot that Smokey's Bottle Shop uses, so it's really nice that I am tapping into the morning audience and community as well as the evening. So on the other hand, I am really excited. I've recently been writing a bunch on Substack and continue to want to explore and share on Substack. I'm not too sure if I want to share the letters. I am writing for Art Club, but I think sharing what I'm doing like on a monthly/weekly basis could be really fun, as well as like books I'm reading and what's inspiring my work. So I think I'll definitely be doing more of that. So if you want to check that out, do that as well. A little bit about my art practice. I have always loved exploring with textures and colors. I did study how to be a hairdresser. I did my hairdressing apprenticeship, and I guess being like a color technician, someone who does like highlights, and since your hair has to have a wide knowledge on color theory, so I do find that even though I was painting at the same time as hairdressing, it didn't really click that the color theory I was learning for hair, the underpigment and all that sort of stuff would heavily influence and help with my artistic practice. So although I'm not hairdressing anymore, it's definitely helped in the long run, and I'm so grateful for all that knowledge and training I went through. But other than that, I've always loved texture. I used to have a lot of fun with creating like texture with tissue paper under artworks. I have looked at some of those paintings recently, and not necessarily has it like translated into my style now, but I'm really stoked on how much I explored that sort of textural medium and how I've evolved over time. I tend to love lots of blues, greens, pinks, and at times go a bit more poppy with the colour and other times slightly more neutral. I have enjoyed like putting text in my work, and also checkers and loops tend to be a reoccurring thing in a lot of paintings I've created. But like I said before, I have loved collaging lately, and my collages lately are kind of like these circles. I have continued to like cut textures and certain colors into little circles and glued them on a page and made them look really fun. I have posted some photos of that as well, so if you want to check that out, please do. When I moved to Byron, I filled my car full of things, and art supplies was definitely like a high priority. I didn't realize I was quite moving to Byron. I thought I was just traveling and going back to Sydney after a few weeks. Little did I know I'm still here 10 years later with a whole lot more of artistic mediums and supplies. But it's been a great time, and I remember being at a hostel when I first got here and laying out like a towel on the carpet in the hostel, or maybe outside even, maybe both, getting my art supplies out, buying a canvas at the art store and just going for it. And so from day dot, I've literally not stopped creating. There's a photo of me when I was 4, and I've got like a little ringlet, and I'm 4, and have a paintbrush in front of the easel. So I can definitely say that this has been something I've always done. It's not something that kind of popped into mind one day and I was like, wow, this is cool. I think I've always thought it was really enjoyable and a great way of expressing myself. I hope you've loved this episode of me kind of giving you a little background on who I am and my artistic practice. If there's any other questions that you have that I haven't answered, please let me know and I'll do another video. If not, in the meantime, I am going to be making sure my creative friends are eager to come on and spill the beans on what they're up to, their inspirations, and all creative things that are coming up in their life. Alright, stay tuned. Thanks for staying till the end, and have a good one. See you soon.